Hey, this next question comes from YouTube from Laurel M. Can you speak to the idea that it is perhaps dangerous to study the Kabbalah as it can lead to madness in the person who studies it?
I don't think you need to worry because only crazy people come to it in the first place. Those kinds of ideas and restrictions were created by the ancient Kabbalists themselves at the time of the destruction of the temple. Because humanity, the human spirit, so to speak, was undergoing a necessary phase of development in which it would not be able to understand in general. I mean, I'm talking about like large swaths of population would not have the kind of inner experience that will allow them to use it, and therefore what they needed more was the kind of shattering and mixing that happened over the past 1500 years. That was more essential. So the Kabbalists made up all kinds of things to scare people off it, because they would only teach people who had a particular quality, and this quality is the ability to desire this type of correction. And it was called, you had to be 40 years old. That is actually connected to one of the Sephirot in Sephira, one of the Sephirot in the Tree of Life, which is a quality of absolute bestowal. So somebody had to have that spark in them. It wasn't 40 years of age. They had to have that quality before a Kabbalistic teacher would take them, and they took people from everywhere. Didn't have to be Jewish. It had nothing to do with any external religion or biology or anything like that. It was all about an inner quality. But for a person who it wouldn't help, and who would turn all of these ideas into what they have been turned into, say in the Middle Ages, things that have to do with, they connected them to magic and all kinds of, and meditation and all kinds of things that have nothing to do with the directness of this science. A person will not go mad unless they're already mad. But I'll tell you, from the outside, when you see the kinds of changes that happen in a person, it's not that they become crazy. They actually become sane, maybe for the first time, in which what they value, what they seek, and what's important to them changes from the material or even philosophical ideas of the world in general, because the world in general is a huge society that holds very material ideals. They may be spoken, they may be unspoken, but they are a tremendous force. And as a result of connections, people are forced into the modes that they're in. What they think, what they want, none of those things originate in the person. They actually originate in the collective, in the force connecting the collective of people. So once a person starts working in a, say, a group or a collective within Kabbalah, their values, their ideology, their perception changes. And to somebody who doesn't share that, that's like, what's that? But it's not crazy. It's spiritual.